Hey guys, how's it going? Josie here. So I am back with another video right here testing this TCL. This is the R6 series, brand new 2018 TV, 4K HDR TV. And by looking at the comments from my previous videos, I noticed that a lot of you were asking to do comparisons between this one and last year's P series, which is the predecessor from this TV, and to see if there's any difference. And so what I want to do is I made some footage, some recordings of both of these TVs. I'm going to put them together and I'm going to explain my experience, how it compares to it, if it's the same brightness, is the same motion. So we're going to talk about pretty much what I have experienced here. Also, I noticed some of you guys were asking me how this compares to the Sony X900E. So I want to talk about it as well too right here in the video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any of those videos. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell right next to the subscription button. That way you get notified when I upload videos. But if you don't really want to miss any of my videos, make sure you follow me on Twitter. All the links are going to be in the description to the social media. And if you enjoy this kind of videos and you like to participate a little bit more, follow me on Patreon. You can support me right there on Patreon, $2, $5, and you get access to behind the scenes videos, to access to exclusive videos for patrons as well. All right, so enough for this long introduction. Let's do this, guys. All right, guys, before we continue with this video, I wanted to do a viewing angle test. So in my experience right now, I do notice how colors degrade drastically once we start moving to just an angle. And I'm not talking about like a huge angle, maybe about 25-30 degrees on the screen, and you start noticing how the colors look at this. Right here, for example, I'm sitting 4 feet away from it and I am facing right forward in the TV, and right when I start moving around, you notice how the blue on the sign that says Hope Country the colors starts to degrade and washed out. It's very noticeable. Now I'm gonna move away 7 feet. Here we go, 7 feet from the screen, and as you guys notice, same thing. It's just the colors, they degrade a lot once we are in an angle. So this tells me that this TV is great just to be sitting in front of it, and maybe not so great for a living room, for a large living room. The best TVs for that will be an OLED TV. Alright guys, so now as far as I know, the input lag numbers is around 17 milliseconds, but the best way to try this one is to try playing in a shooter game. So we're gonna test some input lag right here. Hope you enjoy this. There is no input lag. The whole game feels really good, responsive. Motherfuckers. Who else wants something? Man, this is really hard, putting the controller right here and then watching the game. Oh. Alright. So there you have it, guys. I mean, man, I'm killing it right now. Jesus. Well, that's what I wanted to show you guys. How the gameplay feels. Really good. How is the input lag? Well, it's very playable. It's about 17 milliseconds. Yeah. Holy macro. Oh! I think they want to eliminate me now. Oh, Jesus! Alright, so let me continue playing this game. You can watch. And I gotta say, this... Oh yeah, also let me show you. This is on HDMI 1. 4K 60 with HDR. My goodness, this game is absolutely beautiful. Ooh, whoa, calm down. Jesus. Oh. Oh, they got me. They finally got me. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to show you the settings before I do this comparison. The settings that I have. This is the P605 series, the PIS series from TCL from last year. And we're going to show you the settings using HDR. So I switched this to normal, so it'll be the same, pretty much the same setting as the R6. I'm going to go to advanced settings right here, and I have the local dimming on high. And these are the values that I'm using here. Game mode on, and that's it. Very, very simple. Very, very useful. And this, I think it looks very bright. It looks HDR. Looks very nice on this game. This is one of my favorite games, Assassin's Creed Origins, that show HDR with a really good brightness. And I mean, overall the game looks beautiful, right? So I'm gonna show you the settings on the R6 too. And over here I have the TV brightness at brighter. Picture mode, remember I use this at normal. Now you can change this to bright or you can change this to dark, but honestly normal looks beautiful, looks pretty bright, and colors are vibrant. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay, over here in advanced picture settings, local contrast, you are able to use it in game mode. So this is really good. Same thing with the last year P series. And over here the backlight, these are the values that I'm using. You guys can use them if you want to. Color temperature, I like this on warm. You can choose also cool, normal, or warm. I like this one. I think it looks beautiful. LED motion clarity, I don't use this. This is definitely not for me. Like I said, it just darkens the whole screen and it just flickers. You can notice the flickering. Maybe not here in this video, but personally, when you're in person, you will notice it. And I have game mode on. So these are the settings that I'm using, and let me tell you, it works perfectly fine. Alright guys, so after putting these settings together, you guys have right here on the left hand side, we have the new model. This is the R615 from Best Buy. And on the right hand side, we have last year's model. This is the P605, yeah, the P series that used to be called. And now we have the R6, brand new, out of the box. And well, my first impression, I do have to say that I did notice that the new model, the R6, is a bit brighter. I don't know, some of the what are you guys going to think about this, but my first impression is that I did notice improvement in the brightness. Another improvement I notice is the color reproduction. I do feel that it has a much better color reproduction, like greens, for example, right here in this level, greens are more solid. Colors like red, greens, especially blue, I feel like they're a little bit more solid, more punchy. I don't know, it could be because of the contrast, it could be because it has more dimming zones, it could be about the IPQ, they call it. Colors look, in my opinion, a little bit better on the new model. Is it an upgrade? Considerable an upgrade from last year's? If you already have the P series from last year, I think you are fine. If you really want to get just a new TV, well, yeah, this is a good upgrade, but not necessarily if you already have a TV. Now, if you're coming from a TV that is a 1080p, I noticed some of the comments, you guys were saying, hey, will this be a good upgrade coming from a Plasma 720 or a 1080p TV? Yes, definitely. This is a great upgrade. You're going to love this, especially the new model with the body style, the aluminum, this new features. Also, it has the smoothing feature, which helps with movies. You know, that feature is mostly directed to movies and maybe some like streaming movies, streaming programs. For gaming, not so much. I wouldn't consider using that feature for gaming. Why? Because it introduces input lag. For gaming, you want to get the lowest input lag, especially if you're playing shooters, first-person shooters. You want to get the lowest input lag. That's why they have game mode. Both of these TVs, they are great with input lag. Last year is about 15 milliseconds. This year is about 17. I was noticing on a website that they were saying that the HDMI port 3 has the lowest input lag, but overall all of them are about 17-18 milliseconds, so you can't go wrong with either one of them. Alright, so the second biggest questions I see in the comments is, which TV is better, this one or the Sony X900E? Alright guys, so let me tell you, the Sony X900E is a mid-range to high-end model from Sony from last year. So to me, it was considered the best TV from last year. I even gave it the award for the best TV 2017. So comparing these two models, it's kind of unfair. This is a budget TV. It's not even a mid-range, it's a budget TV. And Sony has, to me in my opinion, it has better motion, it has higher peak brightness, it has great contrast, it's also full array with local dimming, so it's a great TV overall. But even though it's from last year, you still have to pay $1,000 for the 55-inch version. This one is $600. So $400, it's still a really reasonable amount of money. $400, you can buy a good soundbar, which you are most likely going to need if you're buying any kind of these TVs. So yeah, you're going to have to pay for that extra price. Also keep in mind, TCL has Dolby Vision out of the box. You won't get Dolby Vision with the Sony X900E. Another thing that TCL has an advantage is that all 3 HDMI ports support HDR. Now the Sony, only 2 of them, even though it has 4 HDMI ports, but only 2 of them supports HDR. So let's say that you have your Xbox One X, you have the PlayStation 4 Pro, and you have your PC, or maybe you have one of those 4K Ultra HD players. I don't know for what reason, but you might have one of those. Then you can only use 2 ports from the Sony TV with HDR, or you're probably gonna need to buy one of those splitters so that way you can connect more ports that support HDR. So you're gonna have to spend more money. You're going to have an extra controller. You're going to have to connect that splitter to a power supply. So why going that extra when you can have that on the TCL? You know, so that is some of the difference that I noticed. And also, I prefer Roku TV than Android TV. I don't know, maybe some of you guys are digging Android, but in my opinion, I feel like Roku TV is more intuitive, it's better to use, it's much easier to use. You can organize everything as much as you want, and it's just my preference. So those are my opinions about it. Even I'm not saying that the X900 is a bad television, but you're just going to have to consider what you really want, and if you're willing to spend extra money for just those features. So that is my response to that. If you guys agree with that, I hope I don't make anyone mad or upset about this. Maybe if you want to get an upgrade from this TV, you might want to consider the X900F, which in the future it will support Dolby Vision. Not right now out of the box, or maybe their update is already out there, I don't know. But if you want to get like an upgrade, maybe a higher level of peak brightness and a great contrast, you might want to consider the X930E, which obviously is even more expensive, even though it's from last year, but right now you can find it for about $1,500 for the 55-inch version. But trust me, that TV, it's bright, it's super bright, and also has really good contrast. Even though it's an HD TV, it has really good contrast. So if you want to get an upgrade, you might want to consider going a little bit more. So yeah, that's it for me right now, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm going to leave this video running. It's you're going to notice, especially right here in Forza Horizon 3, the colors look way different. I don't know why. It's just I feel like the new R6 has some better solid colors, and I'm just really enjoying this TV. I hope you guys got a chance to buy one, because I think it's still, they sold out. They're doing really well. They sold out on this TV, but I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to buy them in the future. So that's it for me right now. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new to this channel. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your views and comments, especially the comments. Keep them coming, guys. I will try to answer everything as much as I can. If you have any more questions, let me know. I don't do much of movies. I don't show off a lot of movies because I get copyright notices and I don't want to get into trouble. So that is the main reason, but I will try to do more. On my next video, I'm going to connect the Dolby Atmos soundbar that I have here. I'm going to set it up on this TV and let's see how it works, how everything works. All right, I'm Jolster and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out.